team, so today we are looking at decimals, but we're looking at rounding, so we're not looking at fractions at all. We are just looking at your understanding of rounding, and I know you can do it. We did it at the beginning of term, so it's something that you can definitely do. So what you're going to be presented with today are a number of questions that you're going to be asked to round. Now first of all, we're going to start by rounding to the nearest whole number, and then you're going to be rounding to one decimal place, okay? So if we look at our number line, 4.5 is our midpoint. Where would 4.3 go? So we have 4.1, 4.2, 4.3. 4.3 would go there. So would that round up or down if we were rounding to the nearest whole number? So because it is less than 4.5, 4.3 would round down to 4. Okay? Now if I do another one, there's my orange pen, and I say did 7 and 8 with the midpoint of 7.5, and this time we were looking at 7.8, so we'd have our 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So our 7.8 is here, and that is greater than 7.5, so that would round to 8. Okay, so hopefully that would be relatively straightforward. If I changed these numbers, if I change them on the top one, if I change these, so if I change those to, oh, that pen doesn't work. If I change them to 12 and 13, and our number that we were asked to round was 12.5, what way would it go? So 12.5 is the midpoint, but that means it goes up, okay? So as soon as this number hits 5, it rounds up, so that would round up to 13. So once you've done that on the first slide, you'll be asked to round to 2 decimal places. So I'm just going to quickly change these. So when you're rounding, to 1 decimal place, your numbers are going to have 2 decimal places. So this time, you're going to round the number 12.56. So that means you are rounding this one, your hundredths column, up or down to your tenths column. So on your number line, you'll have 12.5 and 12.6, and in the middle, you will have 12.55. Because remember, 5 is the same as 50, okay? We just don't put the 0. So if we were thinking where 12.56 would go, we would have 12.51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56. So 12.56 would go here, which means that would round to 12.6, okay? Because the number we're looking at, the one next to the 1 decimal place column, the tenths column, is 5 or greater, it rounds up. So we'll do one more. We'll do 7.1 and 7.2. So 7.15 is going to be our midpoint, and the number that we are looking at is 7.13. Okay, so we'll think, okay, 7.13 would be 1, 1, 1, 2, 1, 3 would go here, so it is less than 7.15, so it needs to round down to 7.1. So the first couple of slides you're going to be asked to use a number line. After that you aren't, alright? So you'll just be given numbers and said and told to round to 1 decimal place or round to the tenths column. Okay, so you remember where the tenths column is. it is the first one after the decimal point. So when you're rounding, you'll be given a list of numbers. I'll just write a few down. And you'll be asked to round them to 1 decimal point. So whenever you're rounding to 1 decimal point, you're rounding to this one, but that means that you are looking at the second one because it's that number that you are rounding up or down. So we're looking at this column. So 2 is less than 5, so this one would round down to 2.3. 6 is greater than 5, so this one would round up. 5 is the midpoint, but we always round 5 up, so that becomes 12.9. And 14.23, we are looking at the 3, which is less than 5, so it would round down to 14.2. And that's basically it for today. Your very last question asks you to estimate. Please don't work it out. Please actually estimate by rounding to one decimal point, or even don't round to any decimal points, round up completely and use your estimation skills instead. Okay, have a great day.